All right, so
10
we'll just wait
seconds to
and see
go.
what their first bans are coming into this one.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
And we'll see. Rolos Rascals just waiting on their bans. Could they be going for the no ban strat? Nope, they're going to go ahead and ban out the lycanthrope.
Dyer's ban.
As water is an invaluable resource right now.
Radiant's ban.
I gotta say, solo casting is fun. However, if you haven't done it in a while, like I've
Dyer's
been doing
ban.
everything with a co-caster in the last week or so. So usually when I'm with a co-caster, I can do anywhere up to
Radiant's
4 to
pick.
6 games a day easily. But
Dyer's
solo,
pick.
it's funny, but I sometimes struggle to do 2 when I'm solo casting.
Dyer's pick.
I've gone entire best of 3s solo casting where at the end my voice just completely cracks, and it's mostly
Radiant's pick.
because when you're casting with someone else, you can go ahead and take pauses, drink your water, breathe, do whatever you need to do to get ready to talk again, especially when you've got a very wide voice. But
10 seconds to go.
I don't know. I
5
guess in essence, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, as
Reserve
we've got Death
time.
Prophet and Brewmaster getting picked up by We Made You. Rolos Rascals are going to go
Radiant's
for the
ban.
Faceless Void Bat Rider. And
Dyer's ban.
just chatting with the Twitch chat at the moment. I mean, 14 viewers on Twitch. I guess I can. I don't know how many people are watching in game. If you are, I love you. You guys absolutely
10
rock.
seconds to go. 5 seconds.
But at the moment, there's only so many drafts you
Reserve
can go through
time.
where if you just talk about these guys over and over again. It's Death Prophet Brewmaster, pretty meta stuff. Batrider and Faceless Void, though, maybe not
Radiant's
so meta.
ban.
I mean, Faceless Void did have a stint about a week, not even a week, a month ago, where he just got picked up nearly every single game, but kind of fell off a little bit. I can't
10
exactly put
seconds
a
to go.
finger on exactly why. Maybe because teams started figuring out why he was strong
5
and shutting him
seconds.
down with things like Doom picks or Skyrath picks, or ultimately they just
Reserve
didn't like
time.
playing him every single game. But he will get picked up, and yeah, that means it's a strong pickup. And with the Batrider, it's going to mean a lot of initiation, a lot of crowd control. But I don't know. Skyrath Mage will get himself picked
Dyer's
up,
ban.
or banned out, rather. Pugna and the Vengeful Spirit will get banned.
Dyer's pick.
We Made You, going to go for a couple more picks here. We'll see what they decide to go for. As, I mean, Brewmaster and Death Prophet, I would imagine if they're going in terms of meta, we might see something like a Shadow Shaman with that Death Prophet and an Earthshaker to follow up with that. And they're going to go with the Wraith King. So
Radiant's pick.
I didn't see that one coming, but I can understand it. I don't know. I mean, Wraith King's strong. He's a great support, but the cool thing about Wraith King is he transitions into
10
late game.
seconds
So
to
if your Death
go.
Ball doesn't exactly work,
5
then
seconds.
you do have an option to go into the late game. But with a Lich pickup,
Dyer's pick.
okay, that's what Rollers Rascals are deciding to go for. It's gonna be the Chronosphere into the into the chain for Austin. We see that every now and then. It is incredible to watch. Well, okay, it's fun to watch. I don't know if it's incredible to watch, but it happens. It works and it's strong. But
10 seconds to go.
yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for the next pick while I go ahead and continue to converse with the Twitch chat. Lishrak, by the way, that's
Radiant's
quite
pick.
interesting. So there's a question in the chat right now, which I'll guys will bring you back up to speed on how we choose which games to actually cast in CEVO. And it's an interesting process. At the beginning of each day,
10 seconds to go.
we go through and we list every single game that's
5
happening
seconds.
that we deem high priority.
Reserve
And
time.
high priority, I guess we list off of win losses. So if we've got teams that are like 5-1, 6-1, 6-2, 7-1, 7-2, those are the teams that we list through. And we also take a look at whether or not their opponent is of similar scale. And we also look at, who they've faced in the past and if they've won or lost against them to try to get close games as well as games that people would enjoy watching, games that have a fair amount of skill in them. And at the end, we have all those games listed out. I believe I can actually go back and take a look. For today, the high priority games were Hulk Hoda versus Noah Spirit, Dust versus Torque, Rolos Rascals versus We Made You, which we're watching right now, Columbia versus
10
Flipside,
seconds to go.
and Revenge versus Root Gaming. And there was also a Snob, but they were going up
5
against
seconds.
a much more unknown team. And so I picked this one mostly.
Reserve time.
I mean, of course, it was a great game, but it was also because I don't think I put these guys in the ticket just yet. I mean, I think I've put no, I don't think I put either of these guys in the ticket just yet. So it's good to give each one.
Radiance ban.
It's good to give each one each team some notoriety. I think at the beginning of the season, I usually take requests for people to if I want to cast their game, and I follow through with those
10
requests,
seconds
and
to go.
then I go ahead and I
5 seconds.
if there are no more requests, I then go to those high priority games. So like I've got people that came to me and are like, "Yo, can you
Reserve
cast our
time.
game?" And I'm like, "Sure." When Play CEVO-1 gets picked up by another caster, I go on Play CEVO-2 and I go ahead and I cast their game. But on Play CEVO-1, I usually go for the high priorities 9 times out of 10. So another question from the Twitch chat
Dyer's
was, what is
pick.
my favorite hero? That's a tough one. But I think if I were to have to put one down as a favorite, it would have to be Void. I mean, you take a look. This guy,
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
he's such a fun hero. I mean, he's a late game carry. And Spectre's got to be like my second choice in
Reserve
this one.
time.
He's a late game carry who's got so much utility. Like he's not a one button carry, like you see with your Wraith Kings, Lifestealers. Lifestealer maybe not so much, but he's not just a walk down and right click. He relies on getting his spells off. So if you misuse your
Radiance
your
pick.
Time Walker, if you completely botch a Chronosphere, you can throw a game in 2 seconds easily. However, if you find your groove and you're like channeling your inner universe, he's such a strong hero. Can turn games on a dime, and ultimately he's really fun. So I used to love playing him all the time, but nowadays I can't exactly play him because everyone locks
10
in a core
seconds
at the
to
start of the
go.
draft, and I just go with the flow and pick whatever we
5
need.
seconds.
Disruptor, I'll put as my second favorite, just because he's my favorite support. But taking a quick look at the lineups we saw while I was rambling on about some questions, it was Leshrac, Lone Druid coming out from We Made You. Boreal are going to have the Lich, Earthshaker, Venomancer on top, and We Made You have drafted themselves up an actually fairly strong Roche lineup. I wouldn't say they're going to level 1 Roche this, but I will say that Boreal may want to go ahead and check out this one. Make sure that they don't end up going for that level 1 Roche, because it could be difficult if We Made You get that level 1 Roche, because starting out with that much early game advantage is definitely not something that you want to be doing. But we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't say they're going to do it. In fact, I severely doubt they're going to do it. But Lone Druid already skilling up his Spirit Bear. I guess, you really don't skill up anything else on Lone Druid at level 1. Typically, when we see people play, we have to say that they need to wait until they see their lanes and laning opponents before they go ahead and skill up their first skill. And some people actually wait till the absolute last second to skill up any sort of any skill. And the reason being, you never know what you're going to need in lane until you need it. So take, for example, you're a Windrunner player, and 9 out of 10 times you're playing in the off lane versus a tri lane. You're going to just go ahead and grab Windwalk because, well, you might need to go ahead and get that escape. However, you find yourself in a position where maybe 20 seconds in, the supports haven't shown up yet, or they showed up, and then all of a sudden they're in the mid lane ganking. You can't go ahead and support your mid laner. However, the enemy safe laner is at about half HP. So you walk up, get a couple of auto attacks off. He gets away with 10 HP, and you can't get that last auto attack off, and you've skilled Windwalk, and he's too far away to Windwalk up close to get that last auto attack. You know what? I'll make it a little bit easier to understand, because you could have just Windwalked up and get last auto attack off. Look at me out-metaing or out-strategizing myself. He gets away with, what is it, like 70 HP off, and you need 2 auto attacks, but Windwalk will only be able to net you 1. That's when you want your power shot, but you already skilled up Windwalk. So what do? Well, you're boned, because you leveled up before you actually knew you needed the spell. And had you gotten that kill, you would have had enough XP to level up Windwalk anyway, just in case the supports came back in and you were in a little bit of trouble. So that's, I guess, in long why you don't usually wait, or why you don't usually skill up something at level 1. But Lone Druid's an exception, because what else are you going to skill other than the Spirit Bear? I mean, let's be real here. I mean, you level up, I don't even know what those spells are called. Rabid? That's really what it's called? God, I don't cast Lone Druid enough. I don't play Lone Druid either. Like, I got in a stint back, had to be over a year ago, I think, when I was like, okay, I'm learning how to play Lone Druid. And I woke up one morning, really early in the morning, threw down some Dota, got myself in a practice lobby, got myself some coffee, and just have at it. Played Lone Druid for 3 or 4 hours straight, practicing him, getting the micro down, and I come into my first game as Lone Druid, and I wreck my lane. But, as is pub logic, the other lanes end up feeding, and we end up losing really poorly, and, well, first one thing leads to another, and we lose. So, I didn't give up I didn't give up playing Lone Druid, but I just haven't played him a lot since, and I don't usually cast games with Lone Druid either. Most teams just opt not to go for this guy, and I should know what these skills are called, because Fnatic used to play them all the time. Speaking of which, Heart is broken because Arrow left Fnatic, but we saw that one coming. We knew Fnatic was going to have some roster changes, but still, wow, I just lost my train of thought there. Something about Lone Druid, something about me not playing him and not knowing that this skill was called Rabid. Or this skill, I knew this was Synergy, okay. And this is Spirit Form, right? True Form, god damn it. Spirit Form is Keeper of the Light's ultimate. Anyway, we'll go ahead and introduce the teams while the pause is coming out. So, really quick, on the side of We Made You, it's going to be the Kraken. Going to be playing the Lone Druid. Oh god, my curse is gone. Now it's going to be, well, that's a bit of a bug, isn't it? Damn it. Okay, Lonely. He's going to be on the Death Prophet. We're going to take a look back. I'm going to just stop doing showcase mode. It's going to be Wolfinho. He's on the Wraith King. Hopikek. Looks like he's replacing someone that I can't exactly remember who from the last game. He's on the Leshrac here, and Floyd will be on the Brewmaster. Meanwhile, on the side of Boreal, checking out Roshan because we knew that there was some level 1 Roche potential, but it's going to be Rolo the namesake of Rolos Rascals, going to be on Earthshaker. Footse on the Faceless Void. Monkeys Forever will be playing the Bat Rider. Jolly Joker on the Venomancer. And Ya is going to be on the Lich. So really quickly going on into the game.
And they're off.
We'll have to wait and see what happens on this one. I mean, it's been brought up that if Void hits level 6 before the Lone Druid, they're saying it's going to be a fairly easy kill. Not exactly untrue. I mean, if you can kill the Lone Druid very easily inside of that Chronosphere. But if Panda hits before Veno or Bat mid, I don't know. I think, well, first of all, Panda, Brewmaster, is not going to be playing mid, so he's going to be playing this tri-lane, which we see the Brewmaster playing more and more nowadays. It's going to be the Death Prophet playing in the mid, so I don't think that really makes a difference coming on into the game, but regardless, we're just going to see the lane starting to take shape right now. It's Floyd, Hopakek, and our stack pulling Wolfinho. They're going to be making up a tri-lane right now. This is a very scary and very aggressive tri-lane coming out. I'm rather surprised you're playing this in the safe lane, because all they've got to go against here is Jolly Joker, whereas their true targets, which is the Faceless Void and the Earthshaker, these guys are playing in the safe lane up against Kraken. So I really feel like Kraken in the solo lane versus Jolly Joker might have been more beneficial for We Made You to lane, because I feel like their aggressive tri-lane can outdo this defensive tri-lane on the side of Rolos Rascals, but they're going to opt to go ahead and just dodge this one. I see time and time again, though, Brewmaster does end up destroying Faceless Voids here in the lane, because both have a mischance, but only one has an auto attack that just absolutely wrecks, and a nuke that absolutely wrecks, so I don't know. Taking a look back in the mid lane, Death Prophet versus Bat Rider. I don't pin a single hero down to win this lane, mostly because it isn't exactly a lane here. It's just going to end up coming down to Looney farming up a Storm, and Bat Rider sitting in the jungle stack pulling camps. I mean, stack pulling, then going up and farming. So all he's doing in this lane is maybe getting some napalm stacks up and diving if he finds enough napalm stacks to go down, or just farming up whatever he can farm, going back to the jungle and going farming that way. Jolly Joker going to be a little bit of trouble here. Rofino, Floyd, and Hopakek are diving, but Jolly Joker is going to go ahead and block himself up with a ward. Hopakek is going to sit back behind, though, with the Diabolic Edict. And Jolly Joker, the jukes are absolutely real. He hasn't taken enough damage just yet. In comes Roll with a Fisher to keep all three of them down. However, it shouldn't be enough to keep them alive. In fact, Rolo will end up being first blood, with Jolly Joker ending up being second if they can find this one. Floyd is on the chase, but doesn't have boots, and the slow from the wards going to keep them off. So no way for We Made You to go out on into this lane. Actually, Jolly Joker can be in a lot of trouble. He does not have an teleport scroll, so he's just going to try to juke out Hopakek here. Let's see if he can get the stun off. He's going to get surrounded here. The Split Earth just barely misses, and he's alive. He successfully got himself away here. Wow. All right, so Jolly Joker lives. Very nice play by him, but the fact still stands. We Made You got themselves the first blood. So this lane, that is absolutely invaluable here. But the wards are going to start coming out in full force as they have reached level 2. And we'll start getting more and more points in them from here on out, which means that these towers are not going to be long for this world if they cannot mount successful defenses off each and every time. And doing so against a Venomancer is incredibly difficult, so I don't imagine that's going to actually end up happening. But 3.5 minutes, taking a look, Footse. His farm is coming along really well. He's sitting 22-8, ahead of the mid laner, and ultimately just farming incredibly well. This is, I want to say, maybe 8 last hits off of perfect. Actually, if he gets all 3 of these, he'd be very close to 5 last hits off of perfect, which is really, really good. So at the moment, he's farming up really well, and everyone else across the map trying to follow suit here. Monkeys Forever getting denied up here in the mid lane. There are 9 denies on to Looney, only 1 on Monkeys Forever. And it really hurts because Batrider's base auto attack damage has just been really torn to the ground with a, I think it was, I don't remember when the nerf happened. It was like 2 patches ago though. They destroyed his auto attack damage, and such made him nearly impossible to actually win his lane without getting a couple of extra napalm stacks just to secure last hits. In fact, it makes your denying really, really difficult because most of your laning opponents are going to be hitting for much higher than you are. You already see 76 on Looney. Now they're going to go ahead, throw out a Hellfire Blast on Monkeys Forever. The slow proving to be very useful right now. Wolfino going to end up taking a couple of tower hits. Was trying to stay close to get an extra Hellfire Blast off. But instead it turns into Looney and Wolfino taking way too much damage for their own good. Wolfino trying to make himself enough space to get a second Hellfire Blast off, but will not be able to find it. Meanwhile, it looks like Floyd lumbering away would look to be a fairly good engagement, but ultimately comes down to this Lich with a Chain Frost, Ice Blast level 2. Just absolutely Frost Blast. What am I talking about? This just does so much damage, Frost Blast, and you can't really evade it, you can't really defend against it. It just happens, and it's one of the most spammable spells from a support, spammable nukes from a support. As we see a disconnect coming out from this game, I imagine a pause to follow suit. And game 2 of We Made You versus Rolos Rascals, 0-1, but the feel of the game seems to be going the way of Rolos Rascals. We can take a look at the graphs, and yeah, it's just that. XP is trying to go up a little bit in Rolos Rascals' favor. Gold seemed to go down because of the First Blood, but is making its way back up towards equilibrium. And it's probably only going to get worse from here as the Lich is finding himself some really good XP. He's sitting at level 4, almost level 5, so he's going to have 3 points up in that Frost Blast. Really good, really fast. And that's going to mean that Floyd is going to get bursted down incredibly fast. I mean, this spell is absolutely astronomical in terms of its damage output. When you think about how much he can put it out, I mean, he's got the mana test deal to go ahead and just give himself some extra mana. Like, Sacrifice is brilliant. Use it on a melee creep. It brings you back up to near full mana after 1 Chain Frost. So, actually, after 1 Chain Frost, it will bring up the full mana. So, just absolutely incredible spell coming out. Lich, really good laning support. Ultimately, in his late game, though, it comes down to how well he can land his Chain Frost, but that's why they had the Faceless Void. 2 or 3 people caught in the Chronosphere means the Chain Frost is going to stay bouncing around for a very long time. And now Looney, with a Smoke and a Haste Rune, is making his way up towards the top lane. There's 4 heroes committed to getting a kill onto this core Venomancer here. Jolly Joker could be in a lot of trouble, but Ja will be the one to spot out this engagement. No way for him to lock him down. In fact, actually, Death Prophet will get a Crypt Swarm off to clean him up. Pretty insane kill if you're asking me. Jolly Joker will go down to Floyd to make this lane 3-0. And a great rotation coming off from Looney here. So, yeah, some good rotations. There were 4 committed to make that gank, but 2 kills, absolutely worth it if they can go ahead and recover and find some other kills on the lanes very quickly. As you can see, it was going all the way in Boreal, but now it's going to start dipping down again. A 2,000 gold advantage, or 2,000 experience advantage at 7.5 minutes is not something that you take too kindly to. And we'll see what Kraken can do in this bottom lane in the meantime. I mean, he's got his bear level 3. He's got his ultimate, so if he can get a couple of extra lockdowns with the Entangle on the bear, he should be able to deal significant enough damage to Footsay. But the dodge chance is helping out just a little bit. Now, Ja taking a lot of damage here. This could be another death for him. Habakek taking a lot, but he should be able to get away just fine. Jolly Joker, though, won't be so lucky. One more Thunderclap should be the death of him, but Floyd not exactly able to get the Thunderclap off. They're trying to find an extra Crypt Swarm here. Can they get it? Waiting for that extra bit of mana, but they're not going to end up going for it. Instead, a Hellfire Blast flies out into Monkeys Forever. and he'll be able to get away. Jolly Joker as well being able to get away. It's kind of funny, though. He trapped himself in the trees. One quick Crypt Swarm standing right here going
What's with
straight
all
on
the
in
scribbling?
would have been enough to kill out this, kill out Jolly Joker, but instead, they're not able
Radiant's
to
mid
land
tower's
it.
coming apart.
I guess it was just Looney not opting to want to go for his bottle and use that, but either way, a missed kill there. They still get one in the top lane, and now with Exorcism back up and online, the tower should end up taking a fall here. They do have Ja rotated in here, ready to make a defense,
Guess
and he
what's
should be able to
happening
get
to
the creeps
Dire's
off.
bottom
He does
tower?
by bursting, nuking down Looney, draws the creep aggro, which pulls him back behind the tower, reducing the amount of damage the tower takes, and
The Dire
well,
best
the
do something
Death
about
Prophet
that
Looney
bottom
has to back
tower.
off because he doesn't have protection under the tower. But in the meantime, we have Footse free farming here in the bottom lane. 60 last hits approaching 10 minutes. He's got his level 8 up, so even though he took a Hellfire Blast, he pretty much backtracked out the initial damage and had a Chronosphere ready, so was not really worried to die there. Now he's just backing up, content with the damage he's got. He's got himself a Mask of Madness just completed up right now, so opting to go ahead and use that to try to get a lucky bash on the bear. Instead, it turns out to him just revealing that he's got the Mask of Madness and not able to really lock down anything. Continuing to try to put some chip damage onto this bear, try to force Kraken to either resummon it or send it back to the fountain. Either one would be very beneficial for him in this lane. Mid lane, we're going to see Looney taking some extra damage, shackled up and chain frosted, but the chain frost not bouncing back on him. He will die to the burn alone from Monkey's Forever, who finds himself a lucky haste rune here in the top lane. I wonder who's going to be the one to take that one, as he himself doesn't have a bottle, but he does have a blink dagger. Footse still farming here on the bottom lane, still trying to push down this tower. It's sitting at about 3/4 HP, so he shouldn't be able to take it down, at least without a fight. Now, if he does end up grabbing it now, this could be a very nice amount of gold going his way, but I imagine the
bottom
defense
tower's
will be
getting the
happening. Now,
business.
Footse going to go back behind, finds Kraken, but his Mask of Madness is off. 1 second till it comes back. He's going to get a Fisher to help him out, secure this kill. One more bash is all he needs, but instead the Echo Slam will be the one to grab the kill. Now Looney comes in, but immediately walks himself out of there. The tower taking a little bit of extra damage. It's going to be the creeps plus the siege creep
Dire's
to be the
bottom
ones
tower's
to
getting the
facilitate
business.
that damage, but that's going to go away. And the tower is going to survive with a decent amount of HP, but Footse, an interesting choice for him to drop the Chronosphere when his Mask of Madness was
The
not
Dire
quite
might
ready to
want to
go
mine
off.
their top
Floyd,
tower.
meanwhile, in the top lane, has Primal Split, may just have to pop it right now if he wants to stay alive. He's going to turn around and throw a Thunderclap, but he's going to have to
Dire's
Magic
top
Stick
tower,
up. And
you know the
Jolly
drill.
Joker not going to be able to clean him up. The Magic Stick saving Floyd's life there. But the tides may turn as Jolly Joker could have a little bit of trouble coming in from the back line. His Bat Rider doesn't end up cleaning up the Death Prophet, but the more important kill here, Jolly Joker, actually not the more important kill, but still a kill nonetheless.
Dire's mid
He
tower
will go
won't
down. The
last
Primal
much
Split
longer.
being used to grab that kill. And the tower still standing. I mean, one thing that you pick Venomancer up to do is to clean up towers. If he can't do that, then you're going to have a lot of trouble in this game making him have a use. But again, the one thing that Rolos Rascals have going for them right now in this game is the fact that their Faceless Void is farming incredibly well. He's approaching double digits, and if he can get that by 14 minutes, which I don't think he can, that's
Radiant's mid tower
25
could use a
last hits
hand.
in 2 minutes. Not exactly possible unless you get like a ton of jungle farm, but
The Dire best
100
do
last hits
something
by
about
14
that
minutes
bottom
is
tower.
perfectly
Can't
ideal.
do nothing about
Any
Dire
less,
structures
like,
right now.
that's still great, but if you're like sub 60 by that time, then you really know you've had a shutdown lane. So he's still doing incredibly well. He's finding good farm, and ultimately his net worth is on the top of the board, as we'd expect. And we can probably see the golden XP graphs showing that. I mean, gold, 2,000 advantage of Rolos Rascals. XP, nearing 5,000. And this tower top should finally go down. But meanwhile, the bottom lane is a Chronosphere
Dire's
to secure the
top
tower.
tower's getting
Rolo will be
beat
the one to
down.
grab it. And the Chronosphere secures the escape of Footse. Can it keep Rolo alive, though? Probably not. The Split Earth will miss. But one... Oh, can they... What the...
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Oh, my God. What did I just watch?
Dire's top tower's gone.
The pair was right here. It literally ran into him. And they had no idea. That's just... That's either really bad luck or just sad. Either way, a missed opportunity there as they lose 2 towers and are not able to clean up any kills in the back lines of it. They're going to try to take a tower of their own, though. Kraken still has the ability to go ahead and clean up towers really quickly. And in fact, the bottom tier 1 will be their target, but there are 2 heroes rotated down in the bottom lane, ready to mount the defense. Rolo as well as Jolly Joker. Rolo has his Echo Slam. He's walking up. He's going to drop it. He drops it. Wolfino taking so much damage from that one. Hippie, he will grow down as well, but Rolo, he might end up paying for this one. Doesn't even matter. He drops 2 for it. And now a Chain Frost flies out. Kraken, he's dropping incredibly low, and he's just going to drop. Looney on the back lines with an Exorcism. Looks to try to chase down Ya, but will not be able to grab a kill. Now Looney himself is in a lot of trouble right now, and he could just drop on his own. And the Exorcism actually starting to stack up. He backs himself off. Doesn't exactly want to put himself in a very compromising position here. In fact, it could be Looney putting himself in a compromising position as he is sitting way up close as Exorcism ends. Now in comes the Time Walk in. They're popping down the Mask of Madness. Looney taking a lot of damage, overstaying his welcome. He'll go down.
Could use a little help.
And all of a sudden, Boreal is seeing they have the Golden XP lead, but not the kill lead. Now they've got the kill lead, and the Golden XP lead is going to top 10,000 within the next minute to boot. So Rolo might be in a little bit of trouble. They've committed 3 to kill him down, and they will end up grabbing that kill. A Pyrrhic victory for them, as it took losing a ton to grab that one, and it still might not be the end of it, as they've grouped themselves up. Jolly Joker's ready to go. He's got his Poison Nova up and running, and in the back lines is Footse with a Mask of Madness cooling down in 8 seconds and a Chronosphere already up. He's going to have a Maelstrom out and about very soon, and that's going to be a real problem for We Made You going into the next couple of minutes of this game. They smoke themselves up, though, and they're going to go ahead and find Ya, throwing out the Hellfire Blast. They see their target, acquired and neutralized. Wolfino, as they go ahead and clean them up, no time at all. And the mid-tier 1 tower should end up dropping because of it. Meanwhile, we've got Kraken split pushing up on the top lane. Rolo going to make his way up to try to get a defense off, but probably not going to be able to do so solo. Maybe a Fisher into a teleport. He is a teleport, the Fish to block, and if Fisher actually does block, he's not getting away from this one. Drops down the battle cry, but he's in a lot of trouble right now. Footse gonna have to pop his Chronosphere, and I think he's perfectly alright to do so. And he's actually doing very little amounts of damage now. He will end up dropping the kill, though, after the Fisher does the burst it needs to do. Wolfino will drop as well, but that is a reincarnate to keep him back and alive. Looney gonna throw out the Exorcism on the back of taking a huge amount of burst, but he doesn't really care as the Exorcism dealing incredible amounts of damage. He could end up cleaning up Ya here, but he will not be able to do so. Now Looney gonna have to go through the gauntlet in the middle of all of these wards and will end up dropping because of it. Footse taking a lot of damage here, but the mech is completed on the Jolly Joker. There is gonna be a Cyclone up. Jolly Joker thrown up in the air. They're gonna go ahead and purge that one off so they can try to kill him here. Throwing out the stone to stun, but they're just waiting out the end of this Primal Split here. Now they're gonna go ahead and Flaming Lasso him up, hold him in one position.
That's 4.
Pulls onto the high ground, but still nets a kill. As Boreal have grabbed themselves a huge lead in pretty much just no time at all. We Made You. It's really disappointing to watch them throw away that much advantage in so little time. We take a look at the Golden XP, and yeah, it's already approached and surpassed the 10,000, 12,000 experience advantage. Still struggling to do so with a gold advantage, but it won't be long now. Looking back towards the bottom lane, we have, well, shit happening.
Mid-tower won't last
The
much
tower
longer.
should end up dropping here, but I said that last time. As supports are coming in to try to get the defense off, the
There
tower
goes
does go
Radiant's
down. Lone
bottom
Druid will be
tower.
the one to grab that one. And Jolly Joker
Dire's
coming in with a
mid-tower is
poison
having
for the scale.
technical
Ya will
difficulties.
drop, giving themselves 1 kill thus far. The Monkeys Forever is looking for more. He's going to have to blink himself out of this one, though. Jolly Joker might not be so lucky at
Dire's
Thunderclap,
mid-tower
but he gets
could use a little
forced out
help.
by Monkeys Forever, who, with 1 second time, will have his Flaming Lasso back up and ready to go. But both teams grouping up on their respective safe zones.
Dire's top
Teleport's
tower's
going
getting
up in the
beat down.
meantime. Footse gonna actually go straight on the Kraken. There is no Chronosphere up, but he doesn't even need it. Maybe he does need it, taking a huge amount of damage now. No mana whatsoever. He needs a battle tread. He needs a power tread switch. He cannot do it. If he had tread switched into intelligence, he would have been able to time walk away, but I guess not really realizing it. That's the difference between semi-pro and pro, I guess. Monkeys Forever, meanwhile, in the mid lane, going to back himself off. The illusions sitting with him. But ultimately, we made you still showing some decent engagement choices. I mean, the top was ultimately just luck. To be perfectly honest, I mean, luck about Faceless Void not having enough mana for Chronosphere it isn't the luck I'm talking about. I'm talking about pure mismanagement of mana? Mismanagement, maybe? If you could be punny about it, I don't know. Either way, they give up a kill they don't entirely need to give up. Does it change where the game's heading? Probably not. However, you do see quite a bit of a dip because of that kill, mostly in the gold, but that's because the Faceless Void, but during the time he was dead, wasn't able to farm. But now he's going to go ahead and grab a kill. He's going to clean up Lone Druid. There he goes, finally has a Chronosphere ready to go. This time, not out of mana. And, I mean, that's just the name of it right now. Oh, hold on, Looney. Using himself to save himself, but won't be able to save him from what's coming. As he gets lassoed in the mid lane, cleaned up by a Frost Blast, cleaned up by a Flame Break, and that'll be the end of that. Now, Wolfino and Hoppekeck, or Hoppapek. Oh man, that guy's name is weird to say. Hoppapek is hanging up on the high ground, but they're not going to be able to make any initiations come out of this one. There are 3 heroes grouped up in the mid lane, ready to make a push onto this tier 1 tower. And with all the wards surrounding this tower, they should, by all means, have it. They're going to go ahead and glyph, though. They want to make a defense.
Dire's mid towers have.
But we'll see what they can commit to make this defense happen. I mean, to do so, they got to go through an Airshaker, a Venomancer, and a Lich. And they haven't made any attempts yet to do so. Monkeys Forever is hanging out in the back lines, by the way, looking to try to reduce any initiation attempt. Now, Wolfino going to make it go. In comes Floyd. Gets stunned immediately, though, and now a Chain Frost bounces about, will clean up Wolfino. A reincarnate will happen. And now the Primal Split. Jolly Joker taking a lot of damage. In comes Roll, though, with the Echo Slam. And the Brewlings get destroyed with that one. The Earth one, because it has Magic Immunity, didn't get touched, but the other 2 get cleaned up in no time at all. Meanwhile, Footsay grabs himself a double kill and isn't done. Going to go in on the Brewlings. Now Floyd, he's got himself in the Chronosphere, and that will be it. 4 down, 4-0. And a 19-12 lead. Rolos Rascals, well, they pretty much have themselves a game right now. As I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the early GG comes out from We Made You.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Instead, they're going to go ahead and wait this one out just like they did last time. And no harm, no foul. I mean, it is a game 2 of a series. There's no point in not winning it out. Might as well try to wait until the enemy possibly makes any mistake they possibly can. But looks like the bear could end up just dying here as the Faceless Void sparing no expense to try to kill him out. And still won't be able to get him on the back of the Split Earth, causing him to disengage. In comes Wolfino, though, onto Jolly Joker with a Hellfire Blast, getting himself forced out, though. But Floyd doesn't want to let him go for free. He will end up cleaning up one last swipe to come through. It's going to be the Hellfire Blast to clean him up. Footsay will go down underneath the tower, but they still get the tower. On the run is our Lich. Ja trying to get away from Floyd. A Fisher trying to block out Floyd, but will not be able to get the block. Instead, there is going to be a Frost Blast to slow down Floyd. Just enough time to keep his Blink from getting off, but he does have his Blink ready to go. Will get canceled by another auto attack, and Floyd will just try to back himself up, not trying to catch himself out in too bad of a position here. And things reverting to a pretty passive state. The one issue with Rolos Rascals they have right now is they're a little bit too afraid to take Roche. I mean, they have to...
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
It's not impossible, But they don't have the dire advantage to take Roche, which means they have to cross what could be some observer wards, or they have to cross a little bit of a distance to get to their Roche pit. And then they have to worry about having the backstab to block off their escape. But all in all, there's nothing really they need to worry about in terms of spell usage that's coming out from We Made You. They don't have any Chronospheres. They don't have any Echo Slams like Rolos Rascals have to stop that Roche from happening. So I think that Roche should be one of the next targets that Rolos Rascals decide to opt for. But instead they smoke up, and it seems their eyes are on a different side of the map. They're going to make their way towards the top. Hopapek might have been able to spot out that smoke, but doesn't reveal it just yet. Now Ja looks like he might be getting a little bit too close to Kraken, and he does. Reveals himself to Floyd, who jumps in with a Thunderstrike. In comes the Hellfire Blast, and Ja trying to get himself away, but should not be able to do so. Force-stabs himself onto the low ground and will get it. Meanwhile, there is a Poison Nova flying out. Don't see exactly who that hits. Monkeys Forever going out onto Hopapek will clean him up in no time at all.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
And with one down, the We Made You, they're just going to go ahead and back themselves up. Meanwhile, Footse is doing what he did last game on Nature's Prophet. He's just flip pushing down the map.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
That tier 2 almost falls, but in comes the rest of We Made You. They're trying to kill him up before his Chronosphere comes off, and they end up getting him. So
looks like Dire's
he'll go down.
Again,
the tower gets denied, but that opens up a little bit of map control, leaving Roche wide open. But it looks like We Made You have the same exact idea, and they're going to make their way towards the Roche pit. This could be a little bit of a big mistake for them if they end up losing this. Well, actually, at the moment, it's do or die time. I can't say there's anything more they could do to try to keep this game from snowballing any more out of control. Out goes the Exorcism. They're continuously trying to get as much damage onto this Roche as possible. Rolo has his Blink Dagger. There are multiple heroes ready to go, but they end up throwing out the Hellfire Blast. This was a Roche bait. Rolo, he gets cleaned up before the Echo Slam comes out, but immediately going to buy himself back. Got a ways to go before he can make his way back into this fight. But in comes, who is that? Monkeys Forever going way back behind the lines. Can't see who he wants to clean up. Checking out Roche. Wants to make sure that that's not still going on. Meanwhile, Looney will clean up Ya. And in comes Wolfino onto Rolo, who bought back. Could this be a dieback? It is going to be a dieback. Looney grabbing himself a double kill here. And they're still not done. They're going to continue to chase here. The Bear chasing down Jolly Sticker. Jolly Joker, where the hell that Radiance come from? It's not going to matter. Footse going in on everyone. He's going to go ahead and clean up Wolfino, but there is a reincarnate, and he's actually going to die here.
How about that?
3 down without buyback.
Radiant's mid tower.
What the hell just happened? That was a successful Roche bait. Jolly Joker, he's on the run. He's going to be able to get away, but this tower, well, this tower can't run. Tower's going to drop. Monkeys Forever, what the hell? Monkeys Forever cleans up Looney, but he's going to end up just dropping here, force-stabbing himself away. But it looks like an Urn of Shadows flying out onto him. They're all in the fire, though. The Bear will drop, and he will stay alive. Meanwhile, Jolly Joker, the Bear gets reconment, and Jolly Joker will end up dropping, as well as Ya. Wolfino getting away, 120 seconds left on that reincarnate. I think they make their way back towards the Roche pit.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
If they don't try to go for the Roche, they just back off, and I'd take that one as a win. Any day of the week. I mean, taking a look at the Golden XP, not going to dip too dramatically just yet, but I would say it's a 3,000 gold, 4,000 XP swing. Unfortunately, Batrider is going to go ahead and clean up Wolfino out of the blue. Boots of Travel, our Ethereal Blade on this Batrider. No big deal. He wants more. He's going to go after Floyd. Thunderclap to slow him down, but there's going to be a Flame Break to pull him right back into the Flaming Lasso. And look at that attack speed from the Ethereal Blade. He doesn't even want to use the Flaming Lasso. He's just going to go ahead and clean up Floyd.
9 in a row.
Godlike on the Monkeys Forever. What the hell? Well, there's your counter throw. And just when I was starting to feel a little bit of hope for We Made You, there's Monkeys Forever. Just doing what Monkeys Forever does best. Batrider, who says a Batrider can't carry a game? Now Looney, he's going to die again. And where we thought that it looked like We made you were going to come back into this game.
The
Well,
Dire might want to
they're
mine
back
the
out of
top
it.
tower.
Monkey's Forever going to find himself a double damage rune, and they're going to make their go on to Roshan now.
Dire's
This
top
it was at about
tower's
half
getting beat
HP,
down.
so it's going to be a quick and easy Roshan for them.
Dire's got one last top tower.
And once the Roshan goes down, I imagine you give either Rolo or Monkey's Forever the
The
Aegis.
Radiant put old Roche down
And
quick
with
and clean.
Rolo on the Aegis, he can go ahead and do what he's been doing for the past 10 minutes, except instead of diving tier 1s and tier 2s, he can dive tier 4s. So he's going to make his way back towards the mid lane. We'll keep an eye on him, as it looks like Floyd might be his target here. Monkey's Forever doing a little dance. Wants to try to jump up on the high ground. Will end up doing so. Who's he going to find? Wolfino. Pulls him right back onto the low ground. They get the enchant totem. Now Kronos will go back. Hoppapeck will end up dropping. Wolfino going to go down a second time. The aerial blade flame break going to go for the kill steal, giving Batrider Monkeys Forever all the stats he could possibly do. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing a fantasy league with himself and just drafting himself and getting as many points as possible. I know that's impossible. You can't draft yourself, but whatever. The tier 2 taking a lot of tier 3 rather taking a lot of damage, and with 2 down and without buyback, it's going to be very difficult for them to go ahead and do anything with this one in terms of a defense, even with a Radiance and the Bear. Now Floyd going to go in with a Thunderclap as well as a Primal Split, but still needs to find kills on the back of it to make it useful. Now Silence will fly out and the Cyclone out onto Void for good measure, but it's not going to matter, as Ethereal onto Looney and then on into the Lasso will do as much damage as possible. The Bear just going to drop here. Looney drops as well. 5 caught with the stun here, but it looks like they're all staying alive just barely. Floyd should end up dropping here, but Monkey's Forever will end up popping his Aegis. Now Ya taking a lot of damage with the Poison Nova, stacking up onto the Bear. The Bear should drop Flame Break to clean up that kill. Wolfino taking a lot of damage from Monkeys Forever. Wolfino does not have his reincarnate. He could die here if Monkeys Forever plays behind on him, and he will. Flame Break. Okay, does he get the Flame Break off? No, it's going to be the Fisher to get the kill. Another kill for them. And Monkeys Forever isn't done. He's still going. On to Hoppapeck. Wow.
How many was that?
Beyond godlike. This guy's 12-0.
Dire's mid tower's having
I mean,
technical
come on.
difficulties.
When do you see a Batrider have an
Radiant's
Ethereal
top
Blade in the
tower's
game?
in bad
He's got
shape.
5,200 gold on top of his kit right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a Refresher's Orb and just, like,
Radiant's top
tinkers
tower's
the hell
taking
out of
hits.
everyone. Instead, he's going to go for a, I'd have to say it's a Shiva's Guard. Just from past experience. And still we made you don't tap out. A very interesting call on their point. I think they still want to, they still have faith in the Radiance Bear. That could be their one and only faith point, but if I were them, I wouldn't have a lot of faith in the Bear at this point, judging by how fast the Bear is now getting cleaned up. Monkey's Forever going on to Looney. Not opting to use the Ethereal Blade this time. There he
How
goes.
many is that now?
I'm the one your
He's
vision's
still
been
going.
warning you about.
He's still going. What is this? Wolfino makes his way in. But how are you going to kill this Batrider? He's still going. Okay, could he finally die now? Are they going to try to chase him? They're not going to chase him. Instead, they see Jolly Joker, who throws out the Poison Nova. This is where you have trouble fighting into now, because in comes Monkeys Forever, and they're all going to die. In fact, they're all just going to die anyway. Monkeys Forever, though, going for the kill steal, dropping down the fire. If they chase him in the fire, they're very much as good as dead. They use the Bear to try to get the burn on him to keep him from blinking away, but he still has 4 staff ready to go. And now Floyd in a lot of trouble. Monkeys Forever, I think he wants to kill steal. He will try the kill steal, but won't be able to get it. Down the mid lane, they still go. Monkeys Forever, having trouble finding himself some extra health now. He's going to find it. Oh, come on. A DD rune. Okay. Well, we'll see what he does with this one. A Batrider hitting for 340 damage. That's pretty strong, right? I think it's pretty strong. We'll see exactly what he does. He's going to go ahead, Firefly up, Where is his target? He blinks in onto the bear. Immediately Yules. Could this have been over initiation? No, it is not. Because he just says, screw it. I'm going to force stab myself out of this one. Hellfire Blast goes out onto Footse. There are going to be a couple of Crypt Swarms. But out goes the Ethereal Blade onto the bear, just dropping it low. Forcing it to go back and heal. Double damage will wear out. And this is where I think Monkeys Forever is going to go back and heal himself up. This guy's had an over 1,000 XPM. In fact, can I look at experience per minute? No, it doesn't have an experience per minute graph. Oh well. I think it's level 25 by level 34 is 1,000 XPM. Death Prophet will clean up Jaw. So a kill going the way of Remade You. But this could immediately turn around as in comes actually Rolo could end up dropping here. Can he get his Echo Slam off? He cannot get it off. Jolly Joker throwing out the Poison Nova. In comes Monkeys Forever, though. And let's keep an eye on this guy. What's he going to do? He's going to molest Lou, go back. He wants more. Clean up the bear. Jolly Joker will drop, but Monkeys Forever already dealt the damage. Going to look to try to make a go onto Floyd here. And it looks like he's actually, Floyd's going to get caught in the Chronosphere if the Chrono Split ends. No, the Primal Split's going to go out. The Chronosphere's going to go down before the Primal Split comes out. Footse dropping very low, by the way. He's going to end up dropping, but in comes Monkeys Forever again. And this could actually be his first death of the game. He might die here. Flame Break to try to buy himself some time, but no! He's dead!
Thought I could tough it out.
Another subject for the Wraith King.
Wow. GG. We Made You won the game. They just cleaned up, they cleaned up Monkeys Forever. They defeated the raid boss. Let's give them their loot and send them back home. What the hell? I don't know anymore. Assault Cuirass does get finished on the bear, so the bear has got his items coming out. He's just going to try to burn down Rolo for the time being. Radiant's Burn, nothing to scoff at here. It's stacking up right now onto Rolo, but I don't know. We'll have to see if they can clean up the bear. In the meantime, Monkeys Forever is still down. It's a very, very long time for him to go down, I must say. Overall, though, just crazy, crazy stuff going about. Out and about, Monkeys Forever. That death was okay. He died once, and all joking aside, does that really change the game outcome right now for We Made You? I mean, a 5,000 swing when the gold is 20,000, and a 10,000 swing when the XP is 30,000 is nothing. It's when it starts to approach equilibrium when you start to worry. But there is one or two more throws and air quotes that require it to I don't know. There's one or two more throws left in this game before Rolos Rascals really need to be worried. I just lost my train of thought while I was talking. Kudos, Ted. Best
Radiant's
caster
top
NA,
tower's in bad shape.
Top tier
Radiant's
1 could
toughened
end up
up
dropping
their
here. A nice
structures.
amount of gold going the way of We Made You. If they can clean this one up, but they don't even they're not even able to get it. And instead, they're gonna make their way up and out of here. Who is this? Monkeys Forever. He is invis up. Do they have any detection for him? Do they even know he's there? No, he's just the silent stalker, ready to make a go whenever his team needs him. And Wolfino might be the target here, but with Reincarnate, Wolfino isn't exactly the best target. He's still searching, though. He's still looking. And, yep, he's going to go fishing for Wolfino. Wolfino should end up dropping for the first time. And Footse saving his chrono for the second. Rest of him coming in, but the silence does go out. And Footse could not even get his chrono off if he's not careful. He doesn't get it off. Wolfino will get cleaned up. A Poison Nova flies out. The Exorcism still flying through now. Now, the bear does go down. Exorcism dealing damage. The Poison Nova starting to stack up onto Looney, who could end up dying here. Monkeys Forever going to be the one to pick up that kill. Kraken chasing Monkeys Forever, but should not be able to catch that one up. and it's foot safe for everyone else. Out goes the Joker. He's trying to run away. The Orb of Venom dealing a little bit of slow, but the slow from the wards is more than enough to keep him away. Rolo could end up dropping here. The Radiant's burn enough to burn him down. Primal Split goes down. The Joker finds himself back on in. The Joker will end up going down. Now, oh god, Monkeys Forever. Could he die again? He's caught in the middle. He's going to Ethereal Blade, but that shouldn't be enough. It will be enough to get himself a kill. Can he find actually any more than that? And it looks like he cannot. The stone does go out, but does not. It does get disjointed, and Monkeys Forever will survive.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Meanwhile, Ja will be able to teleport himself on away. These Poison Novas are proving to be a really big issue
right now
for We Made You, by the way. A really big issue. But the fact still stands that they're trading pretty evenly in these fights. 3 for 3s are not too bad. And the more and more this game goes on, the more I'd have to be worried about, you know, the Lone Druid and the Death Prophet and the Wraith King. I mean, a Faceless Void pretty much gets hard countered by these three, by the lineup of We Made You until he gets a BKB. But there's no BKB in sight for him. He's already going to just go straight for the Daedalus. And that's going to take a while to farm up the full Demon Edge. So his BKB is way off in the future. And could that be the throw we're looking for in this game? The non-BKB? I can't say for sure. However, what I can say is Roche is back up. And We Made You are not in the too terrible position to try to take it. Their first Roche bait was actually quite successful. In fact, it worked out fairly well in the long run, as they were able to give themselves a very nice team fight advantage. They lost it pretty much to Monkeys Forever on the backlines, who in the meantime picks himself up his full sheepstick. And let's say he's going to go out onto the bear. Rolo going out with the Fisher, and now they're 3 ready. Prime and Pickens for the Chronosphere. Drops him out onto 3. And this could be the end of it. Primal Split does end up going off with the Chain Frost bouncing through. Lone Druid's gone. This could very well be the fight they were looking for. Ja is gone. Double kill going the way of him. He's not gone. He's dominating in this one. And the Primal Split will end up dropping. No buyback on the side of We Made You. And I think that's it, folks. I really do. A very good fight put up by We Made You, but unfortunately, both games, they just didn't have enough gas in the tank to drive the whole distance.
Are tough as nails for now.
And Lone Druid, his buyback's on, but if he buys back, I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much. 50 seconds for his bear anyway, so he might as well just wait it out because his bear is his hero.
Dyer's bottom rags didn't make it.
Bottom rack's going to fall, mid rack's not too far behind.
Dyer's mid tower won't last.
And still We Made You, they troop on.
The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower. Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Monkeys Forever going to go back in and find Hoppakeck. Hoppapeck, jeez, I keep messing up his name. A Chain Frost will fly out, but not exactly needed. Now Wolfino does have his Reincarnate up, but they're just going to go ahead and try to clean him up. And Reincarnate popped. He's in the midst of the wrong neighborhood, and he will go down again as the top tier 2 tower, top tier 3 tower, taking way too much damage. It should fall. This is going to be Mega Creeps
the Dire
before
might want to
Brewmaster's even
mine
back
the top
up.
tower. Dire's lost the top tower.
And yep, all the racks have
Dire's top
successfully
rags is
been
in trouble.
dropped. And that is about
Dire's
it.
top
I
rags
think
didn't
it's
make
safe
it.
to say that Rolos
Radiant's top
Rascals
tower's
has
hurting.
successfully taken a 2-0
Trouble
victory
brewing at Dire's top.
over
The
We
Dire's
Made
top
You.
rags
The rest is
is up.
merely a
Radiant's
formality
got
at
a
the
case on
moment.
making creeps.
As
Radiant's
one
top
final
tower's
hurrah
in bad
comes out,
shape.
Floyd with the Primal Split, but already the Lone Druid gets himself dominated. Jolly Joker
Radiant's
trying to
top
run away,
tower's
and
taking
he will
hits.
be able to do so. Meanwhile, Footsay going straight on into the Brewlings, and well, the Fire Brewling's down, the Earth Brewling also down, and the Wind
Somebody
Brewling
on the top
beat
tower's
to
in bad
bits.
shape.
Again, no buyback on this Brewmaster, and the Fountain Dives are real, guys. I think the Fountain Dives are real. Monkeys Forever. Yep, the GGs. Okay, the GGs fly out.
How about
All right.
that?
Good games, but the tap outs do commence, and the Ancient, well, it
That's
will
a
end
win
up
for
dropping.
Radiant.
Well played to both teams. Thanks to everyone who watched tonight's series between Rolos Rascals and The We Made You squad put up a good fight, but ultimately just good wasn't good enough.